Hey, real quick before we start the episode, I want to share something very special with you, something I'm super excited about. Very recently, I've started a group coaching mentorship program called Powerful Writers Magical Novels. In this group coaching mentorship, I help writers build their novels from the ground up. We figure out the big message of your novel, the character arc of your protagonist, the plot, the world building, and so much more. And then I teach all of the skills that a writer needs in order to write a great novel. And after that, we literally build the novel together over time. We do this in community. It gives writers the support and accountability that they need to actually make their novel a reality. What I really love about this program is that I'm bottling what I do with my private clients and giving it to more writers at a much more affordable price. If this sounds like something that would be helpful to you on your writerly journey, please take a moment to sign up for a group coaching mentorship chat with me. It's 30 minutes, and we just talk about your story, your strengths, and the obstacles you face as a writer. I tell you a little more about the program, and then we figure out if the program is right for you. Okay, so super quick, go grab a chat and let's talk about it. Hey, storyteller. I've got something very special for you today. I have decided that every other Wednesday will be a mini episode where I give my best writing quick tips. That's right, writing quick tips. So instead of an episode that can last for 20 or 30 minutes, I'll give you special, succinct advice that will take under 10 minutes to deliver, but will be able to move the needle on your writing journey. All right, let's dive into our very first writing quick tip episode. Today, we are going to chat about the most important part of your writing journey, but also the one that's often ignored because it's not as glamorous as something like the 3-act structure or how to build a character arc. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the art and science of building a writing habit that will actually help you get your novel written. Hello and welcome to the Speculative Fiction Writing Made Simple podcast. I'm your host, Heather Davis. I'm a book coach, developmental editor, and fellow storyteller. And this is the show that's all about how to brainstorm, write, edit, publish, and sell a powerful speculative fiction novel, and maybe just change the world too. I know what you're thinking. Why am I talking about something so darn fundamental? Something that every writer has already pretty much figured out? Well, because most writers haven't actually figured it out. In fact, it's the biggest thing I see most writers struggle with at every level. They have so many ideas and so many characters bouncing around in their heads, and they are constantly daydreaming about those characters and the interesting plot that they've developed for them. But they aren't actually getting words on the page consistently. And this is slowing their growth as a writer. Also, it's a dangerous kind of procrastination that often leads to the dreaded writer's block. And a novel that gets abandoned halfway through. So how do you develop a writing habit anyway? Simple. There are 6 basic steps to building a writing habit. And if you've ever read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, some of these steps will sound pretty familiar. Step number 1, create a schedule where you write every single day, even if it's only for 10 minutes. Even if you have to write the same sentence over and over again because you don't know what to write next. Honestly, getting great words down on the page or beautiful prose isn't all that important. In fact, I'd say it's not important at all during this habit building phase. It's just about showing up for yourself and showing up for your novel, because each time you do sit down to write and you stick to your habit, then you make the next time that you sit down to write that much easier. And you really help yourself avoid things like that dreaded writer's block. It can't creep up on you if you're doing the work every day. So it's really, really, really important to have a schedule and to stick to the schedule. So, what you need to do is to think about, okay, well, when can I write every day? For many writers, it's first thing in the morning before anyone else gets up. So, even if you just set your alarm for 10 minutes early, that's enough in the beginning. Step number 2, make it obvious and make it easy. Meaning, if you write on your laptop, please don't put your laptop away and out of sight so that it takes several steps to go from inspired idea to typed sentence. Instead, leave your laptop out so that every time you walk by it, you think about writing, and it's super easy to sit down and actually write. Basically, the more you reduce the friction involved in writing, the more likely it is that you will actually write. So, make things super simple for future you who is looking for any excuse why writing is just too much of an effort. Step number 3, make your writing space attractive. Clean your desk, decorate your desk, print out inspirational quotes about writing from your favorite authors. Do whatever you have to do to make your workspace visually appealing. This will make you want to return to it again and again, and it will make writing far more likely to happen. And if you don't have a dedicated space for writing right now, you really need to carve one out somewhere, even if it's in a closet or a commandeered corner of the kitchen table. I know that's what I used to have a long time ago. I just had my corner of the kitchen table and I decorated it and it was very nice and everyone knew not to touch it. Step number 4, make it rewarding. Making writing rewarding is a tricky thing to do because sometimes it's rewarding just to sit down and be able to write. Because let's face it, there are so many things that are constantly trying to keep us from doing that. Other times, though, I know you're tired and you're feeling completely uninspired and you just want to sit down on the couch and veg out. So, in order to make writing more rewarding during those tough times, try instituting an actual reward system for yourself. Maybe every day that you sit down to write, you can put an actual gold sticker on your to-do list as a visual celebration of your hard work and dedication. Or maybe you can put a shiny marble in a jar every time you sit down to write. And over time, you can watch your jar fill with marbles as a reflection of all the work you have done. Or maybe, like me, you can buy yourself an overpriced, oversugared iced mocha latte each Saturday if you wrote every single day of that week. It really doesn't matter what reward system you put in place, just so long as it feels motivating to you. Step number 5, make it part of your identity. When I first started running about 7 years ago, I didn't say, wow, I guess I really need to go run today. Instead, I reframed it and I said, I'm a runner. And because I'm a runner, I'm going to go hit the trails and enjoy the afternoon running. That simple thought shift is what's kept me running all these years. So my suggestion to you is begin to really think of yourself as a writer, not just as someone who writes. Make the title writer who you are, your identity. Once that shift happens, consistently sitting down to write is the obvious choice. Step number 6, make it social. This is so important. You need to go join a writing group or a writing community, either in person or online. The more you surround yourself with other writers, the more you will truly begin to identify yourself as a legitimate, bona fide writer. Also, it is very helpful to be around people who share your interest and who are waiting with bated breath to hear about or maybe read your next chapter. That social accountability is probably the most powerful step you can take to build a writing habit. Okay, that's it for this week. Your first writing quick tip is officially in the bag. And if you found it helpful, please take a moment to follow the show and share it with a writer who you think could benefit from it. Until next time, keep writing, keep dreaming, and remember, The world needs your stories right now, so don't you dare give up on your novel or yourself. Talk soon.